So I was wondering, how do you
What's interesting, I never thought I was going to be even a professor. When I was growing up in Oklahoma, I thought I was going to be a lawyer and practice in Oklahoma or Texas. But I always say you should stay open to opportunities that are unexpected as you live your life. Because you guys will find this out. You're so engaged in 4-H, so it's going to give you lots of opportunities. And sometimes opportunities you never expected will come. And be open to them. And that's what happened to me. I was open to possibilities. I started getting involved in politics. I worked in the Senate for a little bit in Washington. And then I had an opportunity to teach at Virginia, and then one thing led to the next. And last summer, about a year ago, I got a call from Cornell and was asked to be part of the search process. And look what happened. I'm now the president, and the first president in our 150-year history. First woman president. Well, that's why I've been so excited to see so many great women involved in 4-H, because it's a great opportunity to learn leadership skills, to learn confidence, to learn the ability to speak in public, to think on your feet, and it's really great to see how many women are involved in 4-H, along with some terrific young men.
So did you originally grow up in Oklahoma and then move to New York, or?
Yes, I've lived lots of different places, but it's funny, I always think of myself as an Oklahoman because that's where I'm from. My family has been teachers in Oklahoma for a really long time. In fact, my great-grandmother, I'm going to tell this story at my inauguration, her name was Maddie, and she came to teach the Native Americans, and she used to go from school to school. She'd ride on her horse, and she always had a big whip because when the snakes attacked her horse, she had to be able to get a snake. And so I've been a family of teachers ever since then. Both my parents teach, and that's what I think of myself as. Yeah, so I'm from Oklahoma, and then I went to school at Virginia for my law degree, and I've lived lots of different places, including Holland, and Illinois, Chicago, and most recently Los Angeles. But I'm awfully glad to be a New Yorker. And one of the great things about New York, and you guys know this, is how diverse it is. You've got great cities, but then you also have such a robust agricultural community and so many great industries. So it's great fun to be here. And Cornell, of course, spans all of that.
So what county exactly are you from in New York?
So I live in Tompkins County. That's where Ithaca is. And we have a lot of really great universities and colleges there. So we have Cornell University, but there's also Ithaca College, which is a great liberal arts college. And then we also have Tompkins Cortland Community College. So we have a really nice educational community in Tompkins County and around Ithaca.
I was actually wondering, how do you want to see 4-H grow, like within Cornell or outside Cornell? What are your hopes for that as president?
Well, I think one of the interesting things, I think I mentioned to you all that my sister was involved in 4-H when she was in junior high and high school. And what it seems to me is it's really changing from what I know 30 or more years ago. It's now using a lot of technology. So it's teaching students about technology and about science. It's still focused on the basics and thinking about where we've come as an agrarian society, but now also thinking about how technology both affects agriculture, but also affects the larger world. It's got many more women involved in it than when I remember it, and I like to see that continue. And the other thing I think is really exciting about 4-H is how it is also very strong in some of the urban communities. Because again, you tend to think about 4-H in the rural communities, but what we're finding is that the skills 4-H teaches are skills that any student needs, and it can give a community. In fact, I think we talked about it's so really neat to feel like you have a community around the state, not just in your own school, and that's something that every student can benefit from.
Absolutely. Is 4-H big on Cornell's campus? Like, is it something that a lot of people know about, or?
Well, I get the impression, I may have to turn to our great dean of our School of Agriculture and Life Science to help me, because I'm just new, I'm only in my second month. But I certainly heard a lot about 4-H through the Extension Service and through our faculty, and then so many of the students who were involved in 4-H come to Cornell. Catherine, do you think that's fair? Anything else?
No, that's a great start, and so 4-Hers are very common at Cornell University, and particularly, well, okay, I would be one.
Our dean of agriculture,
County. And still coming in today, many of our students are 4-Hers. We have a collegiate 4-H club, on campus at Cornell, which is led by people who are 4-Hers from their youth. And of course, we run the 4-H program from the campus. And so the slogan is 4-H connects kids to Cornell. And so we like to think of that as that really great network between our faculty, our staff, and the youth of New York State, and a way to ensure that we're focusing on the things that matter for the future.
So, how do you both hope to see 4-H grow even more on campus within the next few years or anything like that?
Well, I can tell you that I sure hope we continue to see great 4-H students applying and coming to Cornell, because I think there's some of the students that succeed spectacularly. They have all of these skills when they come in, and they're the kinds of students who can really take advantage of the unique quality of Cornell, where we have this deep connection to New York. We have these wonderful schools that have a lot of similarity with what you study 4-H. Of course, our agriculture and life sciences school is terrific. We also have a great school of human ecology that has a 5-year science program and has a lot of the health professions programs. And although it's not an undergraduate, remember we have the world's very best school of veterinary medicine, and that's another place that you'll often see 4-Hers as they think about graduate programs. So I hope that we continue to be a place where 4-H students aspire to attend, and where a lot of them will come and join us.
And of course, we always support the development clubs in the community as well.
That's right. Yeah, that's one of the cool things about Cornell is that we're in every county through the county extension. We're very committed through K through 12 education in that pipeline. And so the ways we can help as well is to help grow the 4-H community, which not only sends great students to Cornell, but then prepares students to succeed all over the country, wherever they want to go to college and university.
Yeah, I work in my the county office for 4-H in my county, and the theme for this year is the 4-H grows sort of thing, and I did all the mapping out of all the different places in our county where the clubs meet and everything, and then I did some Photoshop, so the pictures, and then I had made pictures of all the different things that we've done throughout the past year.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's growing a lot.
Well, that's a neat skill that's being taught, I think, increasingly by 4-H. When I was in school, really we did just oral communication, because we didn't have, what we had were transparencies, which you probably don't even remember. But now you have all this multimedia, and that doesn't decrease the need to have great oral communication skills, but it gives you an ability to communicate in ways you can't just do orally. If you think about the work you're doing, you could try to describe that, but it's a lot more effective to have your oral skills and also the multimedia possibilities that now technology has enabled us. And I think all it does is expand what we do. It doesn't take away what we did when I was in high school, but it makes it even a more effective way to communicate. I agree. Good. Am I off the hot seat? I had such a good time at the fair, and it's my first time to go to the New York State Fair. Hardly my first time at a fair. I always went to the Oklahoma Fair when I was growing up. We lived pretty close to the fairgrounds. And I used to go to the Texas State Fair a lot because there was a big football game there, OU Texas. And I went to the University of Oklahoma for my undergraduate. But this is my first fair in New York, and I'm looking forward to coming every year. It's terrific.
You know, I think they say that we're in like the top 3 throughout the 50 states. New York is one of the top.
I would think we're number one. I say we're number one. All right, that's nice. Thank you guys for showing me around. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if I have to turn this on.